All right, so we're going to do a nice class. It'll kind of be a combo class with some bar and some other stuff. So let's get ready. I'll give everybody a moment to get themselves in position and we'll start our nice warm up. Very good. You guys ready? Let's inhale up. Oh, stretch that body, bend in your knees. Let's take it down, arms behind you, and stretch up again. And take it back. And lift and go again. And stretch. Give me two more like that. And lift. Last one. And we're going to hold on up there. And I want you to go into a plie. Okay, so we're going to do a similar thing, bringing the arms here. I just want you to drop down, opening those legs and stretch. Let's do a bunch more. Take it down, opening the legs and reach it up and down. And stretch and down, crossing and lift. Just give me two more. Down, really opening up in those hips and the top of the legs. Last one. Good work. Two here. And let's hinge on over. Give yourself that good flat back. Arching the tail, you can tuck your chin. Have the arms straight out or right underneath your shoulders, whatever works for you. And let's drop on down, letting the head go, little bounces. So just releasing out that lower back. Good work. Let's do a few alternating. So we'll go with our flat back and our drop and our flat back, drop. How about one more time? Flat back and drop. You can keep the fingers down there on the ground now. And then you can bend the knees, drop the tail down, feel the knees pressing back just a little bit. And then you can tuck the chin and straighten the legs, lifting from the tailbone, and then rebend and drop back down. Let's just do it two more times, really stretching out that lower body. So you're going to straighten the legs and release. How about one more time? Straightening them just to where you can. If it's too much or you're too tight, then you just go to wherever you can and then give me a little knee bend and start to curl, rounding your body up all the way. Big shoulder rolls. Let's bring the feet in about hip width. And I just want you to come out with wide fingers in a V and then just bring it in and give yourself two little pulses and reach up. So think shoulders relaxed, dropping your chin, two little pulses and up. Give me two more. Just opening up, warming up the back of the body and lift and down for two and lift. Good work. Now we're going to add a knee lift as we do it. So down and out and lift. Really pull that knee in. Feel the belly button engage and in and reach and in and reach. One more time each side. In and reach. And in and reach. Now we're going to do a turn. So you're going to in, come back. We're not doing it fast. Turn and reach. Good. So you're feeling those obliques and reach and working a little balance and reach and over and reach. Just one more time each side. Over, reach, over, and reach. Good work. Drawing the arms down to here and down. Let's bring our feet in. We're going to do a bit of arm now. Let's take a deep breath. Hopefully that warmed you up a bit, got your heart rate going. Good. You can do a little knee bend with the tail down, arms down, tucking and lifting from the top of the head, rounded arm. So we're going to do this one today, rounded arm, as you slowly bring those elbows out to the side and around till you really feel that length right here. Beautiful. Taking the lower arm and twisting out. So I have to really focus on this, tucking the chin and reaching out from the top of my shoulder through the elbows. And then let's just see, can you draw tiny circles from the elbows? Yeah, I didn't tell you we were going to use some brain today. That really makes me feel it at the brain. So they're not big. Like you could probably barely see me doing it if I'm doing it from those elbows. All right, we'll pause here. Really twist this here so the pinkies are all the way to the front and little pulses to the outside. Little pulses. Keep those elbows out from the shoulders. Yes, keeping the chin tucked, lifting from the top of the head. So everything is actually working. Just give me a few more. Woo, I'm really feeling that. Good. Now keep it there. Just turn the lower arm so the palms are facing each other. Keep those elbows out wide and then just lift from here. So you should have a nice wide W. And now little pulses from here. The pinky pulls in. So again, really feeling it from the shoulder down through the elbow as you're turning. And you should feel a bit of bicep here, some tricep. Very good. Let's just do a few more of these. Nice. And then bring the elbows in. Open a little lower. Good. And then just bring it up and to 90. And up. And stretch those hands to here. Good. And in and 90 and in and 90. Give me a few more. In and out and in and out. Good work. Now straighten them, bring them to here and little rotations. So get a good rotation going on here. Good. Good, good, good. Woo! Just feel that good rotation. If this is bothering your shoulder, you know what to do. Either go slower, drop it down. We're going to rotate all the way to the back and bring them in. Good work. And our little pulses. Good. So just check lower body too. Make sure your feet are straight. Tiny bend in the knee, tilted under. Good. I'm choosing to have my feet just a little wider today. That feels good to me. And keep going. How about some circles? Some external circles. Keep raising the arms. They're going to want to drop. And circles the other way. Oh, so good. All right. And let's bring them down to here and just shake those arms out. Nice work. Let's go into our side stretch. Bending the knees, tailbone. Coming up, grabbing on, bringing it right by your ears, tucking your chin. Stretching up and over. Ooh, yeah, really reaching it out. Hand here. Now, one thing that's kind of nice is to put your hand on right about the ribs. So as you're doing this, you feel those muscles engage. So with this, I want you to feel on this contracted side that you're actually coming up and over around a balloon or a ball. So in other words, we're not sinking, it's a lift up and over. See if you can connect to that. Now I notice too, when I do this, I tend to now straighten my legs and lock them back. So I'm gonna have all of you check out that you still have your knees bent and your tail is tucked under so that we're really working beautifully in the back. When you're ready to lengthen longer, you can draw the arm down a little lower and press the long arm, press that heel in the ground so that you have that bi-directional stretch. Very good. Bending deeper and bring it across and to here, coming all the way back up. And let's go to the other side. Stretching up first, bend those knees, tail under. Can even do a little external rotation on the thighs. And that's also good, as we know, to keep those knees from rolling in. Oh, and just get that beautiful stretch. It should feel good. Drawing it here. I'm going to start first with my hands here so I feel that engagement of those muscles. And then I like to drop it down lower just to support the spine. Keeping the knees bent. External rotation. Looking up. Oh, really make it work. Can you feel those side muscles work? Can you stretch this top arm even more? Reach it even more and drop the shoulder. Good work. Just a few more. Notice if you're starting to turn this way. If so, keep that back straight and flat. Good work. Then bending the knees. Bring it all the way over with hands here. Let's hang. Oh, the hang will feel good. Hanging over, feel that length from that big side stretch that you just did. And I'm going to start on the right leg, hand behind and around. Do that nice rotation there. I'm not even going to take time today to turn the leg, but you certainly can. But I am still going to bend my left leg slightly just to get even more length out of that. And then to the center and the other side. Getting the rotation of the spine, stretching out in the lower legs. Should feel nice. And to the center. And I'm going to roll up. I'm actually going to put my hands here on the top of my legs. And I'm going to come all the way up to a neutral spine. Just hanging myself here. Then I'm going to push down, curl, drawing that belly button in and up as my arms are straight, pushing down. And I'm going to pull up and give myself that nice scoop, pushing down and curling again, pulling up and arching. Good, pushing down and curling. Let's go ahead and grab on and do a dive and stretch. Good. I'm going to lift a shoulder and the other just to really release out my spine and my sides. Good work. And then I'm just going to jazz it and roll it up. Give yourself a big shoulder roll. Let's do a bit of neck stretch today. We kind of have not done a whole lot of that this week. Bending the knees and the tail, dropping the chin. And let's do that half smiley circle. So the chin hits that shoulder and then draws up. Good, just draw it up to wherever it feels good to you along that jawline. And then slowly down. And chin to the other shoulder. And up, feeling that beautiful stretch on that side of the jaw. And just one more time, taking it down. Over and lift. And down. Over and lift. Good, and I'm just going to take it down, tuck it back and lift from the top of my head. And just do a nice over tilt. And just feel that energy going down. Might want to do a palm there. Dropping the chin and lifting, going to the other side and down. Ooh, lifting and dropping it. And stretching that head up, big shoulders, and grab something to drink and your bar. Let's start with the top of the leg. Now, today's top of the leg, for me, I'm not going to lift it real high today. I'd like to get in and work a little more in the inner thigh and outer thigh. So what I'm going to do is staying here, I'm just going to bring my foot up just for me today, about mid-calf. You might want to join me. It'll feel a little different. And then tail in. So I'm going to tilt under. I'll just bring my hand here and I'm just going to open and close here. So I'm going to keep my leg there. So I feel the opening of that thigh and the hip. The hip stays there, opening the thigh and the hip. Let's give yourself a couple more. Just feel that opening. Feels good. Good. Then let's open. Now think about the tilt. Say your still belly button is drawing in. You're going to straighten and bend. Let's do a few more. In, open, straighten it out and bend. In, open, straighten and bend. Give me two more. In and open, straighten it and bend. Last one. And in and open, a straighten. Let's pause there. So I'm actually even going to draw mine down a little bit. Think about the tilt and then stretch. Then stretch. And when you stretch, really stretch it out. Feel the top of the leg. I'm feeling it like right at my knee. Stretch and stretch and stretch. Now do something. If that works for you, I'm going to externally rotate my thigh and do a bit of stretching there. And stretch. And stretch. So the whole angle of the leg when you bend stretch is what you're going to get, right? So that's what you might be looking for. So if you want to do more internal rotation for a few, stretch, stretch, stretch. Then I'm going to externally rotate and go stretch, stretch, stretch. How about one more time if you're doing it with me, keeping the hips straight though, stretch so the hips don't move. It's that thigh in the socket. And last one, I'm going to externally rotate and go stretch, stretch and stretch. And then just shake it out a little bit. Feel that on the inners and outers. And we'll go to the other side. It's also nice to really work on that little inner thigh pudge part because you can feel that. So again, I'm just going to start here, tucking under. I'm going to keep my hand on my hip to know that I'm not moving my hip at all. And then just straighten and bend. Let's go center, open, straighten and bend. In, out, straighten, and bend. Even on the in, what I notice is I can take it in and feel an inner thigh because it's an internal, then an external, then a straighten and a bend. So think internal rotation, external rotation, straighten and bend. How about just a couple more? In and open, straighten. Here we go, last one like that. In, open, let's straighten and pause. Straighten and pause. I'm gonna drop mine a little, keeping my hip level, and bend, stretch, but I'm still pulling my belly button in, bend, stretch, and really reach, and notice what you're feeling. You can even look to see the engagement of that thigh. Then I'm gonna rotate it all the way in, keeping the hip here, and stretch, and stretch, and stretch, and stretch. How about externally? And stretch, and stretch, and reach, and reach. Press the hips down. How would that be? With a little tilt. Just notice. I'm gonna go one more time. Internal, yes. That feels kind of good too, doesn't it? Then external and reach, because I get really tight in my inner thighs. I don't know about you guys. Good work. Let's drop it out, shake it. Let's do a little bit of lower leg stretch as well before we move on to this. I'm going to put my feet hip width, and let's just lift up and drop. Let's just do a few lifts and drops. Good. I like to do one leg at a time. So I'm going to lift. And notice if I'm on my pinkies, press into the big toe. And I'm going to push down and lift the other side. See, always have to do it a few times because I will automatically go on my last 3 toes. 25 years of T-tap has me pretty well programmed, but I'm not sure that it worked so well long term for this. So I have to really focus on my big toe ball joint. Good work. Good work. And lift and drop. One more time, lift and drop. Good work. Now, let's feel the whole foot. So you can lift up both feet and then go over onto your sides. Maybe lift the back if you have your chair there, if you need some for balance. And really work all the way around on those feet. Woo, really working them from all of those angles and go the other way. Oh yeah, it's amazing how much you can feel all this all the way up the body. Good, and now we're just gonna do that lower leg stretch. I'm putting one behind me, bending both, keeping the heel down in the back, just feeling that dorsiflexion in the front of that ankle, and straighten your weights between the two as you lift. So now we really warmed up those feet. You should be pretty good there, dropping, shift back, bend. Good, really feel that. You can even shift the booty back. That feels kind of good too. And then push the feet in the ground to come center and then lift. Good. If you need any balance, the center finger can help with balance. Last one, shifting back, bend. Woo, good work. Feel that in the boot. And push it on up and lift. Good work. And shake those legs out. We'll go to the other side. So the other leg is back, shifting back, pushing down. Woo, good. I'm gonna sink back a little bit, get some tail going, push into the feet and lift. Good, big toe ball joint and drop 2 more, sink back, bend. Notice if the next time, each time you're able to get just a little bit lower back here with the hip shift and then push the feet in the ground, come center and lift. And drop it. Last one, shifting back and bend. Oh yeah, that feels good. Pushing down, come on up and lift. And you did it, shake it all out. Now that we did that, let's do a little bit of the top of the legs. We already did that top of leg, but now we're going to do the other. So just bringing your feet together, you're going to have your hand here, the other hand here, and lift up. So go as high as you can on your feet, okay? Really pushing the heels forward if you can. On this one, do a little bend. You want to try to keep your knees together like you had a pencil there, unless this hurts your knees, okay? And then obviously open them, but see if you can do it this way. So I just want you to go down a few more inches, keeping the knees together, thinking from the bottom of the booty, you're going to curl under, pull the belly button in, and do 5 pulses under. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Pause. Drop a little lower. I'll just do 4 pulses. Here we go. Pulse and pulse. Knees are together. 3 and 4. Pause there. Go 1 more length down if you can. Pulse and pulse. Keep those heels lifted. If you can come on up. Here we go again. It's pulse and pulse under and pulse and pulse. Come up. You're almost up. You're slightly bent, knees together. Pulse and 2 and 3 and 4, and come all the way up. You can shake the legs. Those are challenging, aren't they? All right, now we're going to go down and up slow. Let's just go to 8, unless I can't do anymore. Then we'll go less. Keep your knees together, hands here. So go down as low as you can, keeping the heels up. Good, there should be no weight on your knees, so you shouldn't feel this, and come all the way up. And here we go for 2. Boy, it's hard when you go slow, isn't it? And up, trying to keep the knees together if you can. Here we go for 3 and 3. How many did I say we had to do? Oh my gosh. Here we go for 4. Yep, I'm dying already. So here are challenge ones. Here's 5. Oh, but we're going to have beautiful legs. And 6. We can do it. We can do it together. You guys are looking great. Pull it all the way up. You ready for the last one? Knees together, knees together, knees together. Squeeze them. How low can you go? Wow, I went low. And all the way up. Oh my goodness. Let's grab on. Yes, yes, if you can, grab it on to the ankle or the toes, bend the stander. You can pull that knee back a little bit, but it's that tilt under to get that stretch on the top of the legs. Woo! All right, and the other side. I'm just going to go to here, other side. Bend and tilt it under. Oh, yeah, that feels good. Anytime we get to stretch, it feels good, doesn't it? Oh, yes, yes, yes. All right. I was going to do some back booty, but you know what? We're going to do some work on the ground. So let's just go ahead, take a moment, get on the ground. The only thing you'll need a chair for is feet top of chair or wall if you have it. I'm going to drop this puppy down. Whoop, that should be good. Too much? I don't think so. It's already feeling kind of good. Let's go right into some abs. Let's do some abs with the feet up. Oh, abs with the feet up. You have to move back a little bit. All right, it'll take a moment. So we already know this one, bringing those arms up. Oh, yeah, and arch and arch and arch in that back. And then tilt it under. Just feel how good that feels with the tilt. One more time. A good arch. And a tilt, and we know the drill. We're going to drop our chin in, lift the upper body, elbows up and wide. Good. And let me see, I'm going to readjust myself here up a little bit more. That feels good. With a nice tilt, you're pulling that belly button in and elbows are out wide. So just pulling yourself in, a little up and down. So I'm going to raise my arms up a little higher today on my legs to see how that feels. Good work. So we know all the work is coming from here, not the neck, not anything else. Keeping that belly button pressing in. So good. Now, just take one shoulder, lift it, and the other. And one and the other. It's also a nice stretch across those shoulders and the top of the arms, isn't it? Keep the tilt over, belly button pressing in. Give me one shoulder, the other shoulder. One shoulder, the other shoulder. How about one more time each side? Beautiful. Excellent. And draw on down and arms up. Give yourself the arch. Excellent. I'm going to lift and grip, and then I'll allow us to put our hands behind our heads. I can see a lot of people are doing that today. Elbows are up, hands behind the head, elbows wide. So on this one, give yourself the good tilt, and then bring the elbows in close to each other. Give yourself a little lift here, then elbows out, and if you can, open them. Then elbows in, forward, back out, elbows open. The arms can open, or if that's too much, just keep them in and out, in. You can just do this, open and in. Bring it in, drop back, elbows out and in, and lift and back, and elbows out, good work, and in, and open, lift, and back. So I'll do one more of the more challenging one, just so you can see, open and in. Good work. Drop it on down and give yourself that nice arch. Oh, good work, you guys. Tilt that tail under. Let's do a flat back lift. You ready? Flat back lift and little up and up and up and up. Good work. Give me 5. Straight up. 4 and 3, and 2, and 1. Hands are together. Let's just bring us both of them over to the left and the right, and the left, and the right, and the left, and the right. So I had mine straight up. Now I'm going to bring them over a little bit more towards the legs, side, side, and just notice how that will go. Back down towards the waist. Give me 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. So good. And draw it down. You guys are doing so great. Flex the feet. I love to flex my feet. Just feels good. And arch the back. Beautiful. Arms back down. Tilt it under. We're going to lift and grip, and then we're going to do the lift and the lift, okay, with the arms. So here we go. Tilt, elbows up, so you feel really good in your position. One arm up and one more down, and then float. So the more you can bring that arm back towards the ear, right? It's like weight training. Lift and lift. So you can even lift one, lift the other, and up, and up. And make it very dancey, like you're flowing, and up, and up. So keep it down in the lower, in the rib cage, as opposed to the neck and shoulders if you can. All right, let's drop it down. I've had enough. How about you? Let's drop those legs down against the wall or the chair, tilting under. And we're going to do some elephants. So hands behind the head. Good work. Tilt her under. Lift it up. And are you ready? We're going to go 1 elephant. 2 elephants, 3, keep pressing that lower back on the ground for 4, and 5, belly button in 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Give me 2 more. 11, elbows are out wide, and 12. You did it. Bring it down. So good. Knees out wide, arms straight up. You're ready. Bring it up, keeping that tilt, and little 1, and 2, and 3, feel that all nice on the lower belly. 4, and 5, and 6, give us 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Let's just rock one side, other side, 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 and side. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, to the center, draw it down. Woo. Arch and stretch it all up. I'm going to move away from my wall so we can do a nice spiny stretch. 1 leg down, 1 over. Ah, good. And just let that spine unwind. So pretty. Up and over. And the other side. Up and over. Ooh, that feels good. Beautiful work, you guys. And all the way back. Let's roll ourselves over onto our sides. And it is time for some mermaids. Yes, we're going to do mermaids today. I'm not going to use the chair. If you'd like to, please feel free. Leg out, the other one back. Hand is here. I'm just going to be on my little fingertips. I'm going to do a bit of rotation, but I'll start here. And again, we know if from the strength standpoint, you need to come down here. That works beautifully as well. And let's just get that top hip moving. Ooh, yeah, feel that. Nice rotation, knee down, just lifting the lower leg, making sure that knee is behind you. I'm going to drop this here. I'm going to shift over just a little till I can lift that knee. And there I go, little knee back, back and forth, little pulses. Again, if you want to take this front one and bring it over, relaxing around the rib cage so you can get a nice rotation. Just make sure that you're continuing to get a 90-degree angle, knee to ankle. So a lot of times I feel, again, like heel to booty, just to keep that going. And I noticed I was leaning down a little bit more, which is fine. You'll just feel it in a different place. So keep that top hip rotated back. It's easy to start letting it roll back. So keep it forward as you're doing it. Good work, and really focus. Focus on that back booty and the top back of the hip. So give me 5 and 4 and 3. Nice work. And 2 and 1. And just drop it down. Shift back a little bit. Woo, give yourself that nice shake-a. And we'll go to the other side. Same thing. Beautiful. again, 90 degrees, fingertip over, and just get that top hip to move. Hip is rolled. Nice work. Woo. And I'm just going to start lifting so that knee and ankle are in alignment, drawing that foot in and a little back and forth, coming a little forward for that hip. And I'm going to do a little bit of rotation here. Some of the things that I find really interesting with this is because this move is intense, right? You'll probably find yourself gripping a lot, like really tight, at least I do, because it's like, oh, I know this is going to be hard kind of thing. At a subconscious level, the muscles tighten. So if I can really focus on relaxing my middle back, my middle body, like really breathe into it and relax, and then keep that hip forward, I can get so much more rotation out of it. And when you can rotate more, I mean, you're really just like Spanx. You're just making that whole torso cinch in. And it feels really good. So just thinking about how you can relax the body to get even more out of it. Inhale and exhale. I'm just going to do a few more seconds. That should be enough. Good work. And then just give yourself that beautiful little rotation. So before we do our long leg like that, let's do a little bit of pelvic scoop, and we'll stretch out the top of the legs that we've worked already today, just kind of shifting around from one thing to the other. So I'm going to go to the side, knees are together. Good. Today, now you can feel free to have your hands up and up. Today, I'm going to bring my arms out in front of me, but like a balloon. Okay, so they're not in close, they're out like a balloon. You might want to just see how that feels to you today. So you're still stretching up, and then you're just going to shift back, booty to heels, curl, and bring yourself up. Good, and release back, and curl, really pull that belly button in, press the shins down, and come up. So we're getting a really good, release the back, curl it under. You can even pull elbows forward from here. So you're also stretching out in the top of in the back and the shoulders down with the arms. Release, shift back, curl, and push up. Nice. How about one more? Release the back, drawing to the back, curling it under, elbows forward, and up. Woo! Nice work, you guys. And you can release back. Let's take the hips to one side, arms to the other. So you can kind of stretch out in that hip in the other way. So I'm just shifting my hips one way, shoulders to the other to get a good stretch on that one. Oh yeah, feel good. And one more time. Nice. And then let's come on over. Now we'll do our long leg stretch. So in your mermaid type of position, the one leg is here, the other is straightened back, and just allow that top hip to roll. Good. Again, fingers can be here. I'm going to start here and then relax and do some bit of turn. So you're going to reach in towards the body just till those toes lift and float off the ground. Yep. And then just get your little back and forth. Now, try to make sure that that leg is a bit behind you, rotating. And you can do lots of things here. So I'm doing some up and downs here, but I'm really stretching my leg out. So I'm not necessarily doing bend stretch, although you can certainly do that, but I'm really trying to stretch it out as I do that. And then the other one is that spiral back and forth. So thinking knee to the floor and then release can really also feel quite good in this position. And really feel that just lengthening out in that hip. Good, in the leg. Beautiful. So give me 5, 4, reach it, really stretch that leg. 2, 1, good work. Drop it down. Good. And now the arm that's on the same side as that, you can bring it up. Let's push ourselves up and stretch out in that hip, pressing it forward. Oh, and lengthening it out. And then bring it down. Nice. Switching ourselves around. Taking that leg out and behind you just a little bit. Rotating. Yep, till you get to your good place, fingertips, and then you're going to just slide it in till it's there. And then when you're ready, you can rotate or just stay where you're at. And again, really feel it like you're stretching that leg out as much as possible before you go to do your up and downs. The leg should be ideally down, almost like it'll feel like it's pointing to the floor. But you'll know, because you'll know where you feel this and where you want to feel it. Good. The more you can keep your torso up, the more you'll get it right in the top back of that hip, which I know is hard. And then you also think about that rotation, the spiral, knee down to the floor release. And that's that whole spiraling leg all the way from the top. Good work. Just give me a few more seconds if you can. Nice work. Drop it down. I'm going to bring my back arm in a little bit, top arm up, push up, and stretch out in that hip. Ooh, yeah. That feels good. Woo. And on down. Beautiful. Bring those knees in. Let's come back for a second. Let me just see. Can you guys, I don't know if this is too challenging, but if you can be on your forearms, can you do that without too much trouble? Good. And then you can just kind of let your lower back relax down. Can you do that and lift legs? Ooh, beautiful. So we can go to a 90 bend and stretch, and a 90 bend and stretch, and in and out. Two more. In and out. Last one. In and out. Very good, you guys. Bring it straight up. Can you open and close scissor? So externally rotate the legs and do a little scissor. And when you're out, when you pull it in, press in with the inner thighs. Out and in. Out. Switch the leg that's in front. Out and in. Out and in. Just give me two more. Out and in. Last one. Out and in. Good work. Bend. Put the legs down and allow yourself to just come all the way down. Might want to stretch it out here. I'm going to come up a little bit closer. Beautiful. Oh, so good, you guys. Let's do a bit of lift and grip. You ready? I'm going to go kind of at a diagonal, tucking the chin, tilting under, lift and grip. Elbows are up. Good. And you can do the same thing again with the elbows, just a little tiny bit of pulsing there. Good. And then go ahead and put your hands behind your head. I think we're probably starting to get a bit fatigued. Good. And let's just bring one leg up. Good. And the other. Beautiful. And then we're just going to do a little bit of pulsing down. Good. Trying to keep the lower back down. Chin is tucked. You're lifting the top of the head, right? And the lower body is relaxed down into the ground. Trying to keep that nice angle of the feet and the knees. Just give me two more. Good. One more. Good. Bring the knees together. Touch them, knees and feet together. You can let yourself drop down for a second. Good. Tilting under. Good. You can lift the upper body. And let's just bring one knee in and really pull the knee in as the other one goes back. And switch. And switch. So my chin is tucked. I've lifted the upper body. If this is too much, you can keep the upper body down. And you're really pulling the knee in as you reach the other toes. Pulling that knee in, reach the other toes away. In and in and in. Good work. I'm going to go in and pause for a second. I'm going to go opposite elbow and opposite elbow. And turn and turn. Good. Pull the knee into elbow. Pull the knee into elbow. Just one more time each side. You guys are doing great. Last one. Good work. Drop it down. Bring your knees in and give yourself those nice little, such well-deserved rocks. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's drop the feet. Hip width apart. You might want to bring them away, but just keep the knees up. I'm going to bring my arms out, kind of like a low V, shoulders down, and we're going to do a little bridging. Okay, so we're done with all that crunching here. So I just want you to curl the tail, curl, 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 and lift up one vertebrae at a time and pause up there. Good. And just tiny little pulses up. So you feel that stretching out in the torso, in the hip flexors, pressing through the heels. These stay straight up. Give me 5 press, think booty press, and 3, and 2, and 1 from the top vertebrae, 1 vertebrae at a time. Roll it on down. You'll feel that waist. Then you'll feel the tailbone. Let's go ahead and do an arch. And a flatten and a curl. One more time, all the way on up. And then just drop down to the bottom rib cage. Good, so you still have that nice tilt. And from there, keeping the knees little tilt and lift, lift, and lift. So you're really tilted, lift, and lift. They're kind of tiny looking movements. And lift, keeping the knees there. You can even pigeon toe the feet just a little bit. Give me a 5, and 4. Feel it under the booty. 3, and 2, and 1. Roll it down 1 vertebrae at a time. And then bring the feet in closer and lift your heels. Good, again, knees. So now you're just going to curl up, but only go to the bottom of the rib cage. So you're tilted and you're not high up, right? Just there. And little lift, and tilt, and tilt. And these are challenging, are they not? You'll really feel them in the top here, but also in the booty. Give me 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good work. Now just drop your right heel and lift, and lift, and lift. The other one's up. 5, press 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Lift that heel, drop the opposite heel, and 5, and 4. We're almost done. Hang in there. 3, and 2, and 1. Squeeze and lift that heel, roll it down. Oh yeah. And get yourself a nice, you know what would feel good here is that baby stretch. So I'm going to do that if you have it available to you. I'm going to put my hands on the insides of my legs at my arches, but you can certainly do it outside to the calf, whatever works, but just allowing that to go out like that. This feels such a good stretch here, but boy, it's not pretty, is it? That's okay, who cares, right? It's just us girls hanging out here, having ourselves a time. Bring them back in. Nice, and you are there. Let's roll over onto our sides. Come on up. What do you think? Time to just get a good stretch. Yes, let's just get a good stretch. I think we've worked hard enough. Let's come out. Woo, flexing those feet, just feeling all that going on. Rolling back and pushing the pelvis forward. Yeah, pulling back and pelvis. Squeeze in between the shoulder blades. Ooh, it'll work a little bit of lower leg. Good work today, you guys. Woo. Nice, nice. And I'm going to come forward. Oh, yeah. And then just work yourself to one side if that feels good. I'm going to lift and roll over so we can stretch out again in that top of that hip. That we worked. Whatever stretch you need to be able to feel that. And the length on the legs. Good. And over to the other side and reach. Pressing that hip down. Oh, yeah. Excellent, excellent. And to the center. And bring them in. Let's bring those legs together. Oh, that'll feel good. Shake them out. I'm going to actually give it a little bit of a tap. Tapping on the lower back. Say hello to your hips and the top of your thighs and the tops of your, the back of your waist. Let me use my words. And hang on over. And butterfly to end in those inner thighs. Oh, yeah. That feels good. Just opening up in those hips a little bit. Keeping yourself feeling really strong, flexible, and mobile. That is the key, right? Not overdoing anything, giving yourself a little bit of some stress and then relaxing and stretching it back out. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to go ahead and stop it.